Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 5 of the Beyond the Red Door podcast. For those that still don't know me, my name is Austin Dye. I'm the ABC secretary, and I'm joined with one of my best friends, my wonderful co-host, Dominick Perry. And we got our VP, our undergrad VP of Recruitment, Will Foucault, on today to talk about recruitment. So, how's everybody doing tonight?
I'm doing very well. How are you doing, Austin?
I'm doing good, hanging in there. We had a 3-day weekend this weekend for Labor Day, so that kind of dates what's going on. But um, yeah, how is everybody else doing? Dom, you doing good?
Good. Pain settling in. We hit PR day on legs today, so I'm excited.
Good stuff. Grind is
Work.
going. Will, how's
What about
stuff
you,
been
Will?
with you? We know you're busy. You should tell
Yeah.
everybody what's been going on.
Well, we just got off our busiest stretch this past weekend. We had welcome weekend cookout for BMS our Saturday and Sunday, and we also had our Harrison Park event for BMS on Monday as well. And then we had Bridge Fest on Sunday and another tabling event, a new one this year. Campus ran. It's called Scoop on Greek Life. So it was an all Greek tabling event, like ice cream. Each booth got a topping.
Oh,
Yeah, a lot,
that's
meeting a lot of people. That's for sure.
awesome. That's a cool event that campus is willing to run. Like usually I'm trying to think. Like usually in the past we just tabled at like involvement fair. I feel like there used to be like Greek kind of, I don't know, I don't want to call it a summit, but like Greek recruiting events like that. But I like that spin on it. It has a cool
We
name.
used to
You guys
just
had
stand
something fun.
outside the marquee, if I remember, something like that. Like all Greeks used to just have like a designated spot like throughout like the first week or something.
Yeah, because I felt like and we'll get into it like a bit later, but like it usually coincided with our Black Hawk Lake event. So then it was like, oh, some people had to stay behind, and it like kind of sucked. So we would usually just be like, we're just not going to show up there because we have all these other people that are willing to go. But awesome. So you guys had, like I said, been busy moving. I'm sure it was a bit of a process. Um, how do you feel the events were going so far?
Good. We've had pretty good turnout to all three of our events, and a lot of people coming up we're talking to at the tabling events. So yeah, we've got PNML. It's keeping me busy. I can tell you that with all the people we're meeting, but it's not always a bad thing.
Yeah, I mean it's good to stay involved, but you got a lot on your shoulders right now, so I'm sure that that's just adding a lot of that stress, you know.
Yeah, but I've been super fortunate as I've had a huge chapter involvement behind me and supporting me the whole way. So we've had at least 15 brothers, I'd like to say, at every event so far, which has been huge, I guess, in the process of just meeting people and less work for me a little bit.
We definitely love to hear that the chapter's being involved with kind of all of the processes as well. Um, I so you guys did 2 days worth of like move-in cookouts and stuff as well. How did I was gonna ask like how so you said the events like obviously went pretty well in terms of those cookouts. Did you feel like you guys were getting a lot of like parents and stuff there as well and being able to talk to them about Greek life and SIGEP in general, and or how's it looking?
Yeah, we had two sets of parents show up the first day. That was all we talked to, but talking to them went well, and that's really all we can really go shoot for that. It was a little tougher this year. Obviously, we weren't at a house, but we
Hmm.
found a location at Valley View Park. It's right on top of Roundtree Hill, which is kind of right in the mix of thing, which is nice. People are just walking off the sidewalk. A couple people stopped by, so it's been working out well.
That's good.
Gotcha.
So walk us through the events.
Yeah.
So kind of give us like a step by step. How are things going? How the food? What kind of do you guys do? How the setup process, the takedown, how seamless was it?
Yeah, it was pretty seamless. We met up at the house like 15 minutes before, gathered all our stuff. We had a brilliant grill master of Jeffrey Pingle, who was grilling up all our burgers and hot dogs for the weekend. So big shout out to him for doing that. And then we just kind of got everything set up at the park. We hung out, played some bags, can jam, hung out. I know we played a lot of Foursquare action on the basketball court. That was our most popular event at the
Wow. Okay.
cookouts.
Going old school with that. I love it. I
Yeah.
completely forgot that you guys were like not doing stuff at the house that we you'd move the cookout out to there. So I'm glad to hear that you guys were still having good turnout with it not being at like the actual Greek house. And I mean, that might have some benefits with it too, just because some people might be afraid to do that compared to just showing up at some random park. Um, cool. Awesome. So events are going good. Love to hear that. Getting a lot of involvement. Um, can you kind of walk us through like the whole like what the recruitment process looks like for the fall? So like maybe like talk about BMS a little bit for people that don't know, because we have some people that probably don't know anything about our BMS process and how we've been refining it over the last couple of years. So maybe walk us through like how the setup for summer recruitment like looks going into the fall, and just walk us through kind of some of that process.
Yeah, so at a general overview of BMS is our Balanced Man Scholarship. Application opens, I think, somewhere in March, something like that. Jason Rose is the head of our Balanced Man Scholarship, so he finds all the applications, and then once it closed on June 1st, him, Parker Shelsky, and Hayden Bidinger were our three guys that kind of went through and graded all the applications. We then went through and took a good chunk of those guys that made it through that application stage and moved on to interviews. So over the summer, we had, like, say, 19 or 20 brothers and then two alumni. Shout out to Dom, who came and helped out with some of those, even though none of his guys ever responded to him. But
Name.
That happens sometimes when you're interviewing. Some
But
people
yeah, each brother had about 10 to 12 guys, and then pending their responses, they set up interviews. And then the next stage of that for our scholarship is we require them to attend at least 3 events to be eligible, just so we can have more brothers get to know them a little more than just through a computer screen in most of the cases, how we set it up. Yeah, so these events were kind of set up at the end of last year, put out, and we got some fun ones coming up this year. We tried to get a little creative with them. This Saturday is going to be our mainline event. Our headliner is "You Bring It, We Deep Fry It." So we're really going to see the UW Platteville's creativity come out on that one.
Yeah, we for well, we haven't talked about it yet, but we actually recorded this already, and then had to re-record it because of me. But we talked in depth about this event because I'm just very curious on what people will possibly bring. I want to know what the extent of what people will deep fry. Like, I just can't imagine. I'm hoping somebody brings something crazy. But on the last one that we recorded, you promised we would get lots of photos, so I'm expecting some.
So again, tell us again. So what's your limit for what you'd be willing to deep fry?
I believe my quote last time was, "I'm not going to set any limitations as long as it is not a detriment to the fryer or anyone around it."
Throwing a whole watermelon.
Yeah, Ian was advertising it as "bring anything but a bag of ice." So,
God. Oh, jeez. I don't know. I'm very excited to see what people bring. I think a watermelon would be kind of sick. I don't know if it would work, but
You can.
yeah, the fryer,
you could like
it's like
freeze
this
cubes.
wide and this deep, so you really probably won't get a watermelon. It's got 2 little trays in it.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of what the craziest thing I could think to bring to deep fry would be. Probably some like insane cookie. I don't know, ice cream. People have fried ice cream, right?
I think Sean McGrath is going to try to deep fry a stick of butter, is what his goal is to figure out.
You can't eat that though.
Yeah.
You
Unless
can,
Sean wants
but
it. It sounds like it would cause a heart attack or something. I don't know. Okay, cool. So yeah, you guys have been branching out with some events. We talked about this last time too. So what is some of the other stuff that you guys had going on that you had plans?
Yeah, so something that I actually just added yesterday is this Friday we kind of planned an impromptu campus cleanup. We're tying that into BMS as well, so kind of try to pick up some of the garbage scattered around for Bridge Fest and welcome you if you will. Tomorrow we have our disc golf event, which is always a popular and fun one. Just kind of get out and play smaller groups, get to know some more guys. See, look at my poster here. I have one up on my wall. Got some trivia. Next week we're doing a table nachos event we've entitled Freshman 15. It's kind of try to knock out all 15 pounds at once. We'll see. But then we're doing another one. I think my favorite is Ultimate Whatever. Same concept of we're playing Ultimate Frisbee, but it doesn't have to be a Frisbee. It can be whatever you want. Again, with limitation, of course.
With limitations.
The last
I hope it's going to be like what you need to do is like have it transition from the deep fry event. So if somebody brings something that you can't deep fry, you're like, yo, we have another event next week. Bring it back for that, and then you just like, not, I don't want to say swindled, but you throw in that like convincing of, hey, like you should come back to this next event we got going on because maybe a watermelon's more appropriate for that one.
I'd be the guy to bring a medicine ball.
A medicine ball?
Yeah, I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Oh, a kettlebell, bro! You're gonna kill somebody at that.
Just a small one, you know. Like,
I mean, we got
that's
some
why you like
insurance,
underhand
but
toss it. You're like, you know, you're not like.
somebody would be playing that wouldn't realize it's like a medicine ball and just get decked. They're like playing with a completely different group, and you just like whip it. Nobody says anything.
In the wrong court, yeah.
No, I love the creativity that you guys brought to this event because it felt like for a time we were kind of doing the same events over and over and over again, and not necessarily that was a bad thing, because some of those events like we would have good experiences with. We'll talk about it a little bit here, but now that you guys have like a group that wants to try a bunch of different things, it's awesome because you guys can kind of set your own pace with it, set your own standards, and then, I mean, you can always throw in other events there. Like you can never have enough recruitment events.
Yeah, that was the general idea. I was kind of looking back at the past couple of VPRs and what their events were, kind of the attendance, and kind of wanted to. It seemed like we were saying, we're doing kind of the similar events year to year, and I kind of wanted to just take a shot and see if we could do some events that no one else on campus is really doing, and see what the attendance or the interest in that will be. So worst case is that we have 20 of our brothers just deep frying random stuff. No one shows up, but
no, I'm sure we won't
separate
get
fryers for like. Yeah, is it just one general fryer you guys are gonna have for the deep frying event?
Yeah, just got 2 little trays in it, and
I get a set for like the one guy who decides to bring like peanuts or Reese's peanut butter cups, and the next guy has a peanut allergy.
Yeah, well, we're kind of playing around allergies. Get the allergy people out of the way first, unless it's something like that. Then it's.
Well, at least like you guys are thinking about that. At least
that's not that I'm knocking people with allergies. I just want to make sure we don't use insurance.
That's fair. Well, I think another aspect that I kind of like about the events that you guys are planning, especially with like not necessarily just the food events, but obviously these events are for you to kind of get a good feel about the people that you're talking with, being able to have those conversations. I mean, I don't know how long deep frying takes, but I think it at least takes a little bit where you guys are going to be sitting around talking and stuff. So have you felt that like generally conversations have been good? Like you've been able to get stuff going with people. Everybody's been chatting it up. And did you kind of think about that aspect when you were like planning your guys' events? Because I think it's wonderful. I mean, like I said, like people are going to be sitting around for a little bit while you're waiting for all these different aspects, and gives time for that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the point of these events are to get to know people and get people around, and the idea is we can find the people that we feel would be suited well to join our chapter, and hopefully will be interested in that as well. So kind of went hand in hand, and planning the events is also something that we could do where we could still have conversations with these people and kind of have fun stuff where we can talk about like bond, build friends. It's the big idea. But from what I've seen so far, that's definitely been going well. These first couple of events, we've seen, familiar faces going around. I know walking around campus for classes these past 2 days, I've been stopped by a couple people or just stopped and had a conversation with some of these guys that I've seen at these couple events, and I think it's just a great place to start from, and it's looking really good for the 2 days that we've had classes so far.
Oh yeah, it keeps throwing me off about the Monday, bro. It doesn't feel like a Wednesday.
Yeah, definitely.
So transitioning, actually, that's a pretty good start. So what about some of your goals for recruitment this year? Now that you've kind of had a couple days to, see how they've lined out, see where they're going. So do you want to start like talking about what your initial goals were once the summer started hitting, and BMS was kind of onto its start, and now how they've kind of adapted and transitioned as how the events have gone?
Yeah, one of my big goals that really didn't correspond to a number was just to get as many brothers involved in and comfortable with the bidding process and the recruitment process possible. So like right now we've gotten 4 or 5 bids out already, and we've kind of been trying to get in as many people who have not seen a bid or not been a part of a bid. So like I was just saying earlier tonight, I had two guys along with me and just kind of getting them comfortable watching a bid. And I know if you're talking about them all the time, but now those are two more guys I'm comfortable with saying, hey, we're ready to bid these guys. You guys can go out and bid them now, which is, like I said, the more guys that we can have a foot in doing this recruitment stuff, the better out it will be for everyone and the less stressful it will be overall. Numerical wise, 17 guys is the number we're shooting for. Obviously,
It's good. Cool.
It's not something I really wanted to promote a solid number going into my term, because I feel like once we get kind of around the number or towards that area, it could be something where people, I don't want to say start trying less hard, but in the back of my head, it's saying, oh, I only need 3 more guys. So it's something that I'm not really focusing on, but something I still have out there as something I want to reach.
Okay. I think 17, I mean, is pretty respectable. I don't even remember what our record is set at now. So, like, that'd be a good group of guys, I think, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
I also like to hear that you guys are, like, continuing this, like, mentorship process with recruitment. I mean, something that sets us apart, and we talk about it time and time and time and time again, is that, like, we're recruiting 24/7. We want everybody involved with recruitment because, like, you never know when you're going to be out, like, at lunch or something, or in class, and you're, like, talking to somebody about kind of what SIGEP's about, or, like, what you guys are doing, stuff like that, and somebody might be interested. And so having one, like, not, like, or having one, like, a bunch of different people that are showing up at the events and being able to help out and having different people there, as well as getting those people into the bidding process and comfortable with that, so that, like, they can be the ones that are doing that when they're the ones that have that connection with whoever it is fantastic to hear. I love it.
Yeah, exactly what you're saying. I may be the person that has recruitment in their title, or have listened to the most about recruitment, or may not know like the process the best. But at the end of the day, if I'm not the one that has a connection with someone, then it's going to work out better if it's someone they trust and know, or and they're friends with, is giving them that bid or talking to them and sharing their personal experience than someone they may have just talked to a couple times.
Exactly. Like, yeah, you may be the face of it, but yeah, you're not the one that's always talking to all, however, hundreds of people that applied and that are recruiting and whatever. So, um, awesome. Well, that's I love to hear that. So yeah, we kind of already talked about different events. Did you guys do any events during the summer at all? Like when you guys were also interviewing, or not really?
Yeah, we hosted 4 online events in August, kind of towards the end of the summer. We hosted 2 parent Q&A sessions and talked to a couple parents. Talked about their concerns or questions. Those are always beneficial, and just getting to meet parents too and kind of seeing the other side of it again, getting ready for kind of, I don't want to say, we're just preparing to answer questions again, because we're kind of out of that talking to people and stuff. And then we had a How to College event and a Meet the Brothers event as well online, which we started getting to know some of the BMS guys.
Cool. Yeah, that's fantastic. Um, I was just about to ask a question. I forgot what I was going to ask. Okay. Well, okay. I think I got it back now. So we've had a couple events now. Things are going good. You've obviously had interviews and stuff. How are you feeling about the BMS pool? Like, pretty good group of guys. Do you feel like you've got some people that may be leading the race a little bit towards, like, not only like good recruits, but people that really embody those pillars that lead to the scholarship?
Yeah, this is definitely be some hard decisions that are getting made, because we have a very strong BMS pool this year. I that's just not just me saying it. I'm hearing it from the guys at events too, where all the guys we have coming around are real solid and kind of what we embody, and what we like to see out of these guys that are going to get pushed forward out into the BMS process. So I'm gonna have to make some tough decisions along with some of my other brothers.
Yeah, I just feel like over the last couple of years, like, it's been getting pretty intense. I mean, I didn't help a lot with BMS last year, but I did the year before and the year before that when I was still in the undergrads, and, like, something like we were getting very solid groups of guys, like 20, 30 very strong contenders, and it was like definitely was one of the harder processes of narrowing down such a strong group to a specific few that really, really are embodying what we're looking for the scholarship. So yeah, it's not going to be a fun process. I can definitely tell you that.
No, but it's a good problem to have, I guess you'd say.
So how is that that finalist interview process going to go? What do you guys kind of got to? Sorry.
Nope.
I was just going to continue on with the question, so no, you're good.
My fault. So like I was talking before, we have that 3 event requirement, and then I will put together a committee of guys that will be the finalists, and we'll take guys' accumulation of their application, their interview, and then their interaction at the events, and we'll take those top, let's say 10 to 15 guys, probably 10, 11, or 12 guys, and then we'll go do interviews with them on a weekend later in October, and then we'll have a banquet on November 5th. We have a event reserved, keynote speaker of Tom Barton right now, so it should be a good one.
That is very exciting. I'm sure he's very excited as well.
Yes.
Has he given you a rundown yet of what he's going to talk about, or is it still a surprise for you guys?
I trust Tom enough to give a good speech, but I'm sure we'll have a couple conversations before it happens.
I would just let him wing it. He probably does his best work when he's just going off script.
Honestly, yeah.
And I saw you guys have another event coming up with Tom soon that looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, Kyle's planned a Sig Up Shark Tank, it's called, and it's him, Ian, Jeff Pingle, and then Tom Barton are the 4 sharks, so it should be a good one.
Oh my god. I think they promised that there would be some kind of videos and stuff for it as well. I just want to see what people are actually pitching. I did see Tom say that he's waiting for somebody to pitch him something that'll actually throw money at. So I feel like that ups the standard a little bit. Like,
definitely, I think I really gotta start thinking about something at this point.
Based off like some of the top products from Shark Tank, so you got like Scrub Daddy, you got Kodiak Cakes. You know, there's a lot of good ideas out there. So just rewatch like every episode that won like a multi-million-dollar deal.
Yeah.
To answer your question, Austin, I really haven't spent a lot of time thinking about this. I've kind of been pedal to the metal on this recruitment stuff. So I guess I just start thinking about that a little bit. You know, keep like a journal next to my bed at night, something like that.
Yeah, you might wake up in a cold sweat. Like, I write those down. I was just curious. I know, like I said, I know you're super busy right now, but I didn't know if you had any initial thoughts brewing in your mind about what you're hoping to pitch.
Maybe. You never know. I hate to give my ideas away this early on such a public platform.
That's a good point. Somebody might hear it, run with it. Awesome. So yeah, recruitment sounds like it's going fantastic. Got lots of stuff planned. We're getting some good guys in. I just wanted to talk about like the chapter a bit, like how obviously, like, again, school just started. You guys got, sounds like, good numbers at events and stuff. How's like the morale of the chapter feeling? Everybody doing good? We're feeling great.
Yeah, like I said earlier, everyone's super excited just to be back to school foremost, but also everyone's pretty excited to get into this recruitment season and start getting to know people and hopefully expand our chapter a little more.
Awesome. Good. I'm excited to meet a lot of new faces.
Me too. We got homecoming coming up soon, so hopefully there'll be lots of new people. Is there a lot of guys that are like graduating this upcoming year, like in the fall and spring, or?
Oh, I didn't even thought about that.
That's a lot to put you on the spot
too. I think Jeff is the only one that'll be leaving this semester, and I'm sure we'll have a couple seniors leaving, like Ian, Jason. I'm sure there's a couple I'm missing, but those are 3 right off the top I know that we're gonna be losing.
Okay. I think Sean had mentioned something on one of the posts, but I can't remember too. But...
Sean as well. Like I said, I'm gonna forget everyone, so I'm just gonna stop listing people.
Some good guys that will be joining the alumni ranks soon. Hopefully, we're gonna rope them in. I already have some people I have in mind that are gonna do some stuff for me. Hopefully.
There you go.
Sweet. I love to hear that
So one
everything's going
question
well.
I actually wanted to ask, kind of getting a bit deeper into your recruitment. So regardless of people that you do or don't get, what kind of legacy do you want to leave behind setting forth for the next VPR?
It's a tough question to bring on the spot, but I'll try to give you something. I guess it's something. My legacy would be someone who wasn't afraid to take risks and just kind of try something new, try to see what's out there a little bit. But gosh, John, so ready for this type of
Threw him a
question.
loaded question.
That's what we're here for.
No, I think it's a good one.
But yeah, but also someone who's a readily available resource, even past my years in the chapter. Hopefully, someone that now is hopefully trying to spit out as much as the information I can take in and help everyone else grow as well. Because if I'm the only one that's learning through this process and doing stuff, then it's, I don't want to say all for nothing, but it's pretty much what it is if I can't help other people along the way.
Okay, I like that. It's a good answer.
I think so too. It's a good legacy to leave behind.
Especially like as a recruitment too, like, you know, you really like it's, you know, obviously it is about, you know, how, you know, miraculously did you, you know, get so many numbers, but, you know, of how, you know, inspirational you were the chapter of what you set up for the next VPR. And if definitely that does really help out, especially once you're gone, because, you know, at some point you're going to be living your own life, having your own kids, you know, significant other, house, for you, a bunch more shoes. And then so like you know, kind of fade and go in your own life, but you still kind of keep hone these skills, and it's good to kind of like, you know, Will's a great person, a great resource to talk to. His creativity with his very weird events were outstanding, you know.
Not weird events.
No,
Creative.
weird in a good way. Like Weird Al. Events. This is creative.
No, I think that's like is such a good answer, because I feel like in terms of recruitment, we're always talking about numbers. Like, yes, you do want more guys. We always want to see the chapter grow. You always want to bring it up, but obviously, like, you're the one that's making that final call on guys that are coming in. Like, some people don't understand the behind the scenes of, like, we go through a process to figure out guys that will be good for the chapter and will bring something. We don't obviously just recruit for numbers. So, that, like, yeah, you want to get a lot of guys, but if you're bringing in a bunch of guys that aren't quality guys, then what's the point? Like, your legacy is going to be, and you brought in all these people that end up leaving or just being bad. So yeah, I think that's a good answer to have. Like, being creative, being able to continue doing what you're doing and mentoring the rest of the groups that are coming in. Hopefully, a good new VPR coming in, unless you're planning on running again. I was going to ask you that question next too, but yeah, just continuing that and continuing the processes, making them better as you guys go. That's the whole point of what we're doing here. Continuously build yourself and build the chapter and build the position. So I think it's a great answer. So yeah, are you considering running for recruitment again, or I mean, you got what? You got one more year after this?
Yeah, I'll have another election cycle to run for.
Okay.
Right now, I guess nothing's really out the window at the moment. I think it's gonna come down to having some conversations with people and finding out where I think and they think I can fit the best to benefit the chapter and everyone in it. So we'll see when that time comes and whatever ends up happening.
Also, a fantastic answer. We like it. Sweet. Well, did Dom, you have anything else you maybe wanted to ask about recruitment, or anything else you want to talk about, Will?
No, kind of like I mentioned, I've been super fortunate to have such a great group of guys behind me, supporting me, kind of going through all of it. I'll give a quick shout out to Chris Jurgis, who have once again put these event cards together for us so we can hand out. And I think at this point, I'm not sure how many we started with, but we only have like 10 or 15 left to hand out with. So wow. I don't know what it is, if it's something with the card look or something that's going, but things have been going super
I like
well
them.
so
I
far.
think like the little pamphlet style is a lot nicer.
Yeah, everything's turning upward, and I keep one of these in my wall. It's super easy. I mean, just to keep it in there because I know I lose track of where all my events are. So
Yeah, no, fantastic idea. I'm glad that you guys are running out of them. That means you're handing them out, regardless of how many you started with. You're at least getting them out there, so that's good to see. Um, Sweet, awesome. Well, yeah. So no
That's
other
awesome.
questions. None. You can't think of anything.
No. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, nothing, I guess, really for me. I mean, like, first and foremost, thank you so much for coming on. I know, yeah, with our technical difficulties last time, we had to re-record. We appreciate you taking the time, especially now that recruitment season has gone into full swing and you are stretched. At least basketball hasn't started yet, so
Mhm.
at least you're good with that. Um, but yeah, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And then secondly, I'd also like to point out for anyone listening here, so homecoming this year is October 9th through the 15th. You're welcome. Undergrads are welcome. Alumni are welcome. Everyone's welcome to on the Saturday, the 15th, we are doing a lamb roast. More details can be found on the Facebook page. There will be some emails sent out as well. Chef John and alumnus Aaron Victor are working so diligently to bring back this lamb roast that we once had a long time ago. I've never been hungrier. I remember getting up at 5 a.m. doing it, setting up that lamb, going back to sleep. It's been a fun tradition that we've been trying to carry out. So please, if you do have time, feel free to come out. The undergrads will be working so very diligently, and this will be a fun way to end off homecoming after a hopeful win. I'm gonna go with a win, so 2 years back to back. Let's see if we can get that. Um,
Can't be
but
jinxing
yeah,
it right now.
I guess that's
It's gonna
just
be
kind
a
of the
win.
big thing that I had to talk about. Austin, do you have anything you want to talk about?
Nope, kind of summed it up. Like Dom had mentioned, please reach out to Victor, Aaron Victor, Chef John, if you guys have any questions about the lamb roast. I know that they were looking potentially for some help with the process because it is a bit of a process. Um, so I'm sure I'll be helping out at some point. While we're there, we have to figure out what's going on, but yeah.
Yeah.
And Dom, you may want to take a late night shift.
Maybe like wait, another float watching shift.
Ooh, I don't know if I mean, I
I don't know if I
guess.
have that in me anymore. Maybe
Get
we'll
your,
see.
we're old men now. We go to bed too early.
I
Can't
know.
stay up that late.
um.
um, but yeah, just definitely reach out to them. Like Dom had said, like I'm sure more details are gonna be coming out soon, like for specific times and stuff. Um, Definitely look out for more stuff about homecoming. I'm sure the undergrads will need some help with some stuff as well. In terms of the floats, whatever's going on. I'm sure we'll have some other alumni events going on that weekend as well. But it's gonna be a very exciting time. We got a lot of stuff going on with the chapter here, and I'm sure we'll be reaching out about other events as well. So yeah.
And then last but not
Any final
least,
thoughts?
if anyone
Oh,
has
yeah.
any, if you guys have any questions with the podcast, want to be on any questions or concerns, reach out to myself or Austin. We're both more than willing to work with you as best as we can. Always got to do that, and then don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this lovely podcast. Always got to throw it out there.
Oh, we didn't even mention that. Like, I don't know if we mentioned in the last video because we edited it afterwards, but we got some fantastic logo stuff going up. We're doing some cool stuff on the pages. We're upping our production quality immensely. So hopefully you guys are enjoying that as well. If you're actually watching the video and not just listening to it.
And if you guys haven't already, check out the SIGEP Instagram. It's at SIGEPWIT. Sean's been doing an amazing job keeping all pictures updated from events, and so check out some of those deep fry things.
Yeah, we'll throw it in the comments. We'll link it
Yeah.
in. Also check out the Facebook page. Sean posts a lot of stuff on there too. And then I get all the notifications for it. All right.
Okay, awesome. So
Cool.
without that, yeah, we will let you guys go. We'll let you go do some recruitment stuff, and awesome. You guys, but everyone else has a good rest of your night.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for having me on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we appreciate it, Will. See you guys later for episode 6.